So starting where we left off, we have the object drawn. Now it's time to annotate it. And when I say annotate it, that means add dimensions and text that we need to add. Okay? Because remember, we want ours to end up looking like this. So be sure to put everything on the correct layer. So the first thing that I will start by doing is take this off of the text layer, and I am going to go ahead and put that on the dimension layer because I think that's where it needs to go. So this, now that's a leader, so that will go with the dimensions. I'm going to go ahead and let's put this on the text layer there. Whoops, that swapped over. Actually, if you have it set up right, when it prints, you can't really tell. But these will be part of the dimension, and of course that's just text. So we do have to set up several different text styles for this. So let's go over to the Annotate tab. To me, it's easiest when you get to that point and all you have left is dimensioning and text. Just flip on over to the Annotate tab, and you've got here's your text panel and your dimension panel. So let's start with the dimensions, and you know me, pick the little sideways arrow to go to your dimension style manager. So you can see for this one little tiny project, you've got several dimension styles that you have to set up. So we have center mark, diameter, and several dimensions, and then the radius. So let's go into the center mark. Here's our center mark. We want it to look like that. So let's look at what we have to do. So let's modify. Again, making sure your extension beyond is 0.125, symbols and arrows, 0.125. Now this is where, under your symbols and arrows, that's where you will change that to the line. Also, make sure that your text is 0.125. You want to do that straight up, which you should have done that in that border exercise that we did in the beginning. Okay, so for our center mark, I think we're good to go there. And so let's go ahead and add that to the drawing. Okay, until it close. And to add the center mark, I don't know if you remember from CAD 1, we just come over here and we want to pick this outer one. So creates the center mark, and okay, so it says that my dimension center is set to 0. I'm not real sure how that got set to 0. No, it's set to 0.09. Okay. So that should be good to go. Alright, come back over here one more time, and it is not wanting to behave. So let me just type. It is set to 0 when I type it in. Okay, so I type dim sin and it's set to 0, so it should be 0.09. Huh. Alright, now let's give it a try. Should work this time. Oh, I'm on radius. Oh my gosh. And one more time. And guess what I did wrong? I am still on the object layer. So I need to change my active layer to dimension. And while I'm in there, let me go ahead and change all of this. Put all that on the dimension layer. Okay, so that's my active layer now. Now back over to the Annotate tab. Alrighty. So I've got that, and I do have this center line here. So I do want to make sure that I have that gap, and I'll come back and fix that later. But let's go ahead and go through some of these other features. All right, so let's go to the diameter. Let's fix that one, which is this one here. So again, we want to set that up. Your lines, symbols and arrows, text. Okay, so centered, aligned, fit. Remember, over the dimension without a leader, make sure those two are checked. Primary units, decimal, 3 places there, okay? Alrighty, we got that set, close. And let's come over here to our diameter and pick this about right here. And we want to set that there. Yay, that one worked the first time. Always makes me feel better. Alright, moving on. Let's go to these radius. Alright, so let's jump into those and let's look at how we have those set up. Again, making sure that your lines are set to those standards. Okay. Text, fit, and decimal 3 places. Okay. So back to that fit. We want with a leader on these, okay? Take all that place text manually stuff off. Alright, close, and that is radius 2, so let me make sure that I get there. Alright, and come back over here, radius, and let's pick about right there. That looks good. Kind of have to be careful where you pick with these because it'll send it off in a funny direction, okay? And let's say we do have this one that's actually a diameter, but I'm thinking that we can use the same setup. We just need to go into the diameter and let's pick that. There we go. Alrighty. So now we're cooking with gas. We're doing really good. Next dimension. We have a linear dimension. So let's go to that, and we have several of those linear dimensions. So let's go into our manager, and we want to pick the horizontal. Again, making sure your dimensions are set properly all the way across the board. We have several styles. Very important to make sure they're all set correctly. Text, fit. We don't need that on there, so make sure that's taken off. Or I guess, well, yeah, actually we do. So draw the dimension line between the extensions. That's fine. Okay, decimal, and then 3 places there. Okay. And this is dimension horizontal. Let's make sure that we're on that dimension, because I'm pretty good at not being on the one I need. And pick the linear. Back in the day, we used to type that DIM, enter, L, enter. Okay, so let's pick the endpoint of that, and then we're going to come down here and pick this. And that is putting a leader on it because it is set to above. Alright, let's go fix that right quick. Oh, I'm on the radius. Okay. I thought I had set it to the correct one. That's the one that I want. Okay, that one is correct. Alright, so it's going over that way. You know why? Because I picked the center first. Is what I need to do is pick the edge first. I could fix it, but if you watch this first, you can do it right the first time. Okay, so I've got that one. And now I've got this one, and I have this one. Alright, so actually I want to pick that for some of these other ones here, so let's go with an angled dimension. Okay, so let's go in here for that one, because I didn't explain how to do that. Same setup. Okay, text, line with dimension, fit. Let's take the place text manually off. We don't need that. So this is going to be without the leader. Okay. Decimal same stuff. Okay, so we're good to go there. Alrighty. So let's go back to the linear, and I want to pick this one and pick that one. There we go. That looks good. Now this other one over here, we are going to pick, actually let me make sure that I do have this. Okay, so that's the leader, because I do want this to be a leader. Let's pick aligned, and what I want to pick is the center, and come down here to perpendicular, and I think I have that set so that it doesn't have a leader. Obviously I do. So let's go in here to that one and fix that. Come back over here to our fit. So we want the leader in there. Draw the dimension line between the extension. We want that. And that is aligned with the dimension. And let's see, I think we want this one horizontal. And the one over there, I did drag it over there to get it out of the way just by using the grips. Okay. Now we need to use the align dimension again. Let's pick the intersection and the intersection. And it's going to, you can see it's going to drop over, it's going to go over there. So I'm just going to put it out there like that. Now it can go either this way or it can go that way. That looks fine. You'll have to add this text separately. Now, is that all of the dimensions? So add your text using your dtext. I think you're capable of that. Now, we talked a little bit about breaking dimensions. So if you want to break the dimensions, now this is not a dimension. Actually that is a dimension. So we can pull this down here. Use the grips to pull it down. Okay, so there's I believe that's our dimension. Oops, nope, we can't pull it down there. Alright, so we want to break it. But let's see, that center line shouldn't go all the way out there. Alright, so for breaking dimensions, this is what you will use. So you will want to sweep over this. And it's kind of tricky to catch that. So pick there, pick, and it breaks. Okay? And so pick and pick. Back over here. Pick, pick. And this one is not wanting to break. Alright. We'll come back to that in just a little bit. Alrighty. So that should get you through there. Add the rest with your dtext. Okay? And this one is being stubborn. Okay, so that's our center line. So let's go back. Actually, is what I did. I had moved this down. I had done this is my dimension to here, and then I ended up just breaking this line. So we can do that. Alright, so let's erase this. And come back over here to put this one in with our angular. Pick here, pick here, put it in way down here. Okay, so it's down there. So now you can just simply use the break command, B-R-E-A-K, and break that line. I'll just type nearest. Oops, it's following it. Okay, so now we got it broke. We're good to go. Add the text and you're done.